All right, what's up, everyone? God, I hope my mic is working right now. I installed new drivers for my mixer, and I spent like 7 hours today trying to fix my fucking microphone. Oh, it was shit. I was gonna stream earlier today, but then that happened, so I didn't. Yeah, I'm gonna play Daggerfall. Probably, I don't know. I've been going to bed late the last few days, so I don't know how late I'll stay up, but I stayed up pretty late the other night playing this. I have been having a lot of tech issues. My microphone was being shit. My synthesizer was broken when I got it. It was no fun. Anyways, I'm gonna play Daggerfall. I'm not playing, so Daggerfall came out a long time ago. It was the first Elder Scrolls game I played. And I enjoyed it kind of as a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't really fucking understand it at all. Yeah, Dragon, it came broken. Like the second time I turned it on, the screen didn't work. They tried to deliver a replacement one yesterday, but I was asleep when they tried to deliver it, and so now I gotta wait until Monday. Anyway. Yeah, so Daggerfall was my first Elder Scrolls game. I mainly watched my older brother play it more than I played it. I tried to play it, and I really sucked at it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you've played Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim, Daggerfall, it's definitely an Elder Scrolls game, and there are definitely things about it that are like, oh yeah, this is just like those other games. But then the rest of it is completely different, and it is not very user-friendly, and it is very difficult, and it is not very fair, and it likes to fuck you over a lot, which is kind of what's fun about it. The main reason I'm playing it, though, is some of you may have seen this online. Just this past week, the alpha release, the version 0.1 alpha of the Daggerfall Unity remake came out. And I've played this Unity remake a handful of times over the last year, like at different milestones, but basically their alpha release right now is the entire game of Daggerfall. Everything that was in the vanilla game is in there, plus modding support, plus quality of life features, plus a modern renderer, and yeah, you can play the entire quest. You can play, I have a ton of mods. I'll talk about the mods that I have. But right now they're at a point where over the next 6 to 8 months or so, they're basically just going to be doing bug fixing. They've already fixed, Daggerfall was a notoriously buggy game too when it came out. It got multiple patches, which back then there wasn't internet, so there was internet, it was just shit. So usually you got patches with like magazine discs or by mailing Bethesda directly. So yeah, it was bugged to the point where like you literally couldn't finish the game. Yo, thanks for the host, Charlie. Todd, oh, and for those of you who are Toddsters, Todd did work on this game, but he was not a lead producer on it. He was not what he is now. He basically was cleaning the toilets for everyone else when they were making this game. That's not true. He did do more stuff. Yeah, he became lead for Morrowind. He was actually, the first thing he was lead on was Redguard. And then most of the company got fired after Redguard, and Todd was one of the few people that was left, so. Yeah, man, listening to this Morrowind. I haven't watched, and I know Joel just started streaming Morrowind. I don't know if he's playing with a lot of mods or anything. I haven't watched any of his streams of it yet, but I really want to. Let's just shut the fuck up and start playing this game, huh? How about that? Let's close that, and we can go on over here. Unmodded with slight graphics mods. I'm playing with a shit ton of mods for Daggerfall. I can show you why. I'll show you modded first, and at some point I'll show you what it looks like without the mods on. because it is not a pretty looking game. It is very fucking ugly. So when you so to play this is completely free, by the way. I'm doing the Unity port because it's the alpha just came out. Did I mute this? Hold on one second. I did mute it. All right. So the Unity port has this cool launcher. Yo, what's up, Ranger? We should probably turn off player nudity. I'm not going to be taking my armor off anyway, though. Not for you guys. Did they just rip out the models and put them in Unity? Kind of, yeah. So if you want to play this, it's completely free. You have to download the Daggerfall Unity launcher, and then you have to download the Daggerfall files from somewhere. But Daggerfall is freeware now. You can download it directly from Bethesda. You can use the GOG version. There's a packaged installer version that you can use. So you don't need to like buy the game if you want to play this. So first off, it has a bunch of like default settings. Then there are advanced settings, so you can change all sorts of things about the controls. You can change things about the interface. You can enable mods and stuff like that. Enable the lighting system. You can render in high resolution. There is a retro mode if you want to play it how it looked originally. The max resolution was 640 by 400. So yeah, enjoy that. So I already have all my settings the way that I want them. If you want to look at these, come back to this after you download this and want to punish yourself, you can screen cap these, because these are pretty good settings. And then for mods, I have a whole bunch of mods. So I have a mod that adds an entirely new guild, the Archaeologist Guild. That is a like pacifist guild that has a bunch of new features in it and stuff like that. Post-processing mod that lets you turn on things like reflections or anti-aliasing or ambient occlusion, stuff like that. Distant terrain mod, which makes like the long distances in the wilderness look a lot better. A mod that fucking just adds birds in the sky. Enhanced sky, you can see the crusty texture in the background. That's kind of what the sky normally looks like. Enhanced sky makes it look more like a modern game. Real grass adds a bunch of fucking grass. Got a link to these mods? I sure as shit do. Hold on one second. They're pretty easy to install too. You just drag a file into a folder in the Unity installer. Hold on, let me get this for you. Okay, so if you want to play this, first off, here's the main link. You go there and you go to downloads and you go to Daggerfall Unity, and there's an installation guide. And then if you want mods, they're all on a forum, and this is all the released mods on the forum. There's some shit, like people made mods that make the game harder. This game is already hard as fuck, so I don't know why you'd do that. These dream mods, these are all upscaled textures that have like bump mapping and specularity and make the game look modern. So this is one big texture pack that you can enable parts of it or all of it. And they're all basically AI upscaled with like hand touch-ups. So some of the shit looks a little crusty with the AI upscaling. Yeah, they kind of, it's a new engine in Unity that uses the base game's files. So it does still use files from the base game. Then this hand-painted models thing, there are a bunch of 3D models in this game for like random clutter. These are basically like high detail repainted versions. The only other thing I have enabled is persistent dungeons. In the original game, if you leave a dungeon and you come back, it resets. So persistent dungeons make it so that once you clear something out, if you go back there, it stays cleared out. So that's all my mods. So I'll ask you guys right now which you would rather see. I have a character that I've played about 8 or so hours on. I'm only level 3. So I do have a character that I have a bunch of gear. I already have spells and skills and equipment and stuff like that, and I'm doing quests. Or I can start a brand new character from scratch and do the starting dungeon, which is notoriously hard. People have a very difficult time with the beginning dungeon. Some people say the beginning. Some people, I can start a new game and show you what the starter dungeon is like, and then I can load my saved game because I know how to get through it really fast. So, because then you can see the character creation and stuff like that too, if this is your first time. I'll only do this so it'll be like 20 minutes of new character, and then the rest of the stream will be my existing character. So when you start a new game, you pick your race based on this cool map here. So like, say we want to be a dark elf, you click Morrowind. Dark elves hail from the province of Morrowind. You are part of a tall, dark-skinned people known to be extremely strong, intelligent, and quick. They are extremely versatile in all manners of skills, and well known as warriors and mages. Is your character to be a dark elf? Yes. Select thy character's gender. So yeah, there are dungeons in this that are randomly generated, and then there are ones that are custom made. So there are a bunch of pre-made classes, and I'm going to tell you right now, about half of these pre-made classes will just get you killed. Being a pre-made class in this game fucking sucks. We're going to do custom because I'm going to show you how to make a character that'll actually survive in this game. Some of these are decent. Like, some of these are playable, but some of these are just like asking. It's basically hard mode because leveling up and classes work very different than they do in the later games. So we're going to do custom. Class name, let's call it cool guy. So you pick 3 primary skills, 3 major skills, and then 6 minor skills. Yes, they tell you your stats. Daggerfall is way more RPG than any of the other Elder Scrolls games. That's way more numbers and way more shit like that. So the first thing, primary skill, you need a combat skill. You have to have one. Even if you're trying to go pure mage, which my main character that I'm playing is mostly magic, you still definitely need to pick a fucking melee skill as a primary skill. Otherwise, you'll just fuck yourself over straight up. So we can do long blade as a primary. That's not what I have on my other character, but and then let's see, what's another good primary? Let's do Let's do dodging as a primary because dodging is very important. Yeah, this is like 1996. And then why don't we do archery is doable. I think maybe we'll make this character kind of like cleric-ish or something like that. So you'll notice compared to a lot of the other Elder Scrolls games, languages are skills. Daedric, Orcish, Spriggan, there are language skills in this. Streetwise, mercantile, shit that you would not normally see in Elder Scrolls. Let's do archery. No, let's do, okay, if we're gonna do like kind of cleric, let's do restoration as our third primary skill. So then major skills can kind of be whatever. I'm going to go with stealth. Stealth is kind of weird in this game. It's mostly passive, so you don't really there is a sneak mode. Basically, your stealth is calculated by how fast you move towards things, but it's good to have. Let's do stealth. And how about running is pretty important too. Let's do stealth, and why the fuck not? Let's do etiquette. If we're like a paladin, there are handmade dungeons in this. There are several handmade dungeons. And then let's do. Usually, I pick a second weapon skill for another primary. Let's do blunt. Let's do gaudy weapons. And then minor skills are not quite as important. You can still use all the other skills in the game, even if they aren't in this your primary, secondary, or minor skills. Let's do critical strike. Let's do mercantile. Let's do running. Yeah, all the schools of, so there's 6 schools of magic, and they work mostly the same as like Skyrim, Oblivion, or Morrowind. Let's see what else. Swimming probably don't need. Usually you can get away with using spells. Let's do a few other spell things. Let's do climbing. And then alteration and illusion, maybe? No, there's no port of Arena. Arena kind of sucks. This game was broken when it came out, but it was still really good. Especially for the time when it came out. Let's do illusion. Okay, so those are my skills. You'll understand why you break them out into these categories a little bit more later. It's kind of like Morrowind. So is this game entirely dice roll stuff? Kind of, yes. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our max hit points per level all the way up. And you'll see we have this weird thing here. There's experience scaling. So leveling up is very complicated in this game. I'll explain it more later, but basically the higher this is, the more you need to advance your skills to get a level up. So we'll do that. Everything's base 50 right now. Then we also have special advantages and special disadvantages. Mysticism is for magic, yeah. So special advantages, these are cool. This is something that they kind of got rid of. They kind of turned it into like, you know, the signs, like the horse, like the star signs in Morrowind and Oblivion that gave you like base bonuses or special abilities. Let's take spell absorption seems nice. General spell absorption. Okay. And you'll see that increased my difficulty thing a whole bunch. And then let's take bonus to hit. Oh no, that's not a general thing. Let's take increased magery is, if you're going to use spells, increased magery is really good. 3x in spell points is really good. I'm not going to do that on this character. It doesn't really matter that much. I don't even remember what Adrenaline Rush does. Oops. Let's just do immunity to paralysis. Paralysis sucks in this game. You don't want paralysis. So now we're really high in the difficulty thing, right? That's not good. So now we're going to add some disadvantages. So we're going to add critical weakness to disease and critical weakness to poison, which is bad because, okay, so poison and disease in this game can literally ruin your entire game. If you get poisoned or diseased and you save your game and you don't have a way of getting to a temple or having a potion or a spell to cure it, you can like soft lock your character if you're not careful. There are cheats in the Unity version, so you can kind of get away from it, but still. So you'll see for each one of these disadvantages I add, this thing comes down a little bit. Let's add another low tolerance. Let's add forbidden weaponry. Let's do hand-to-hand. We can do a bunch of forbidden weaponry. Did I pick archery as a skill? I don't even remember. Let's not do short blade. We can throw archery on there too. These aren't worth that much. Missile weapon. Okay, that brings things down a little bit. Now, the next thing we can do is we can actually adjust. All of our stats are at 50 right now. We can adjust some of them. I'm going to take out like about 20 points, maybe more like 30 points in personality, because personality ain't shit. I'm going to take out like 10 points, maybe 10 points from will. And since we're not going to be casting that many spells, we can drop in intelligence down a little bit. And then we're going to put a fuck ton of points into strength. And we're going to put a fuck ton of points into speed, because those are really important for hitting things and not getting hit. Everything else is fine for now. We're going to reroll anyways. Plus I have another... Yeah, see, if I was full caster, I'd have my int at like 65. I'm only taking 5 points away. It's not that bad. All right, so that's good for now. We're still gonna level a little slow with this character. You can read through the help and shit like that. There are guides too. One thing to keep in mind, if you read any guides online about Daggerfall, any beginner guides on wikis or things like that, a lot of them mention exploits and bugs. Like, for example, if you play as a high elf, oh yeah, we can do reputations. It's not that important. I don't think it really affects our thing. Let's do -10 to the underworld, and we'll do +4 for merchants, and +4 for scholars, and +2 for peasants. That's good. So, for example, high elves in this are automatically immune to paralysis. And there is a bug where if you take the special advantage weak to paralysis, it like underflows, and it makes you still get the benefit of having the disadvantage and having the skill down, but it basically makes you completely immune. You can also become completely immune to poison doing a similar thing. So there's some cheat kind of exploits that don't work in the Unity version. Almost all the bugs in the original Daggerfall are fixed in the Unity version. All right, so that's good. So now you get to do two things. You either fast start by automatically generating your character's background, or you choose your character's career path by answering 12 important career decisions that will influence your background. I think Morrowind did this too. You could do the 12 questions. I don't remember if Oblivion had it. It's been a while since I played Oblivion. But I know Skyrim definitely didn't have it. Okay, so what thieving skill have you been studying the longest? Thieving. So these are basically just stat bonuses. I'll take critical striking. Which school of magic have you been studying the longest? Let's take restoration. Where's your expertise in combat? Let's do blunt, because that's one of my minor things. As a child, your nickname was Rabbit, Guppy, Quicksilver, Scrapper, or Monkey. Quicksilver, I know, gives you a bonus to speed, so I'm going to take that. You're friendlier than most with... Oh, this is a language bonus. Let's take a bonus with imps. As you grew older, you received additional magical training in restoration. We want that restoration. In between formal study, you spent your time socializing, learning street smarts, trespassing, swimming, practicing acrobatics, learning economics. Let's do sparring. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for sanctimonious priests, diabolic wizards, stupid peasants, power-mad robber barons, or immoral assassins. I don't like the immoral assassins. What motivates you into a life of adventure? Riches, fame, knowledge, fun, or helping others? Let's do fun. What god, if any, do you worship? This isn't going to matter that much just because we aren't going to... I might play this character again another time. I don't know. We'll do RK. Before you set out for the Imperial City, your mother gave you 100 gold pieces, her favorite book, a curious or a pearl. Let's take the armor. You have the most trouble resisting poison, staying awake and alert, getting along with others, avoiding diseases, resisting magic, fighting without magic, staying awake and alert. Okay, so no reputation changes. That's good. Name thyself Sphinx. Let's do Big Sphinx because my other character's name's Sphinx. Okay, now you get to pick your face. This is the character customization in this game. That's it. That's all you get, pretty much. I like this dude with the skull. All right, so now you can roll. You actually roll your skills here. You get bonus points. So basically, I'm looking for strength and speed. Oh, that's a good roll. And then you have more points that you can distribute. You can't take away points here anymore. So that's one of the things with the when you choose a custom class. You know how I started with 50 of every stat? If you use a preset class, you don't get to choose how to distribute those 50 of every stat. They're preset for each class. So you only get this roll pretty much, which does make things a little harder. Let's get that agility up a little bit. I guess we'll take the personality points. So to me, strength and speed are the most important stats in this game. There are other stats that are important. 100 is the max for any stat. So starting with things close to 100 is very good for you. Personality mostly doesn't do shit in this game. I mean, it makes it harder to talk to people, but who cares? We don't want to talk to people. All right, and that's it. That's what my stats are going to be. We're going to click OK. And then we have points that we can put into each of our major skills. So I'm going to do 2. Let's just do 2, 2, and 2 there. And then stealth. Let's put a point in stealth and then 5 in etiquette because that's nah, fuck that. Put them in blunt. Give me the blunt. Critical strike, mercantile, running, climbing, alteration. Let's just put it all in critical strike. Fuck it. Okay. Player reflexes determine the overall speed of the game. If you pick very high reflexes, the monsters will move and attack quickly, forcing you to be quick with the controls. Very low reflexes mean the monsters will move and attack slowly, allowing you to adopt a more cautious, thoughtful playstyle. Your character will advance a little slower with a lower reflex setting and will advance a little faster with a higher reflex setting. I usually keep this on average and it's pretty fast. So I'm keeping it on average. You can change it with by modding the save file afterwards if you really need to, but average seems okay. And here we go. Here's our intro movie.
400 years after Tiber Satan's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Tamriel. Then worthy heirs of the second dynasty have allowed the bonds of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim VII cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion.
This is upscaled, by the way. The original does not look this nice. This was actually not upscaled, it was completely remade. There's another video intro here, which is cheesy as fuck.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Shit, name drop. Whoa! To my king, please. So basically the story in this game, the story is kind of weird in Daggerfall compared to, I feel like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim are way more streamlined. Okay, so this is the first thing. This is a mod. It's a quest mod. These are extra quests and events called Warm Ashes, where new shit can happen in different places. This is not shit that was in the base game. This is a mod I installed, and it's cool. So Wilderness we're turning on, Ruins we're turning on, Labyrinth we're turning on, Keeps we're turning on, Graveyards we're turning on, Cities we're turning on. You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water to a promontory rock. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there is a way out of this cave after all. Once free of the cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall has a tutorial that can be active during the game. It runs throughout the first dungeon and for a short time afterward. Do you want to use the tutorial? No, I'm not going to use the tutorial. You feel as if the wilderness has more life than usual. As the runes crumble, life will come full circle. From where darkness lurks, nature will soon overcome. Armies begin to claim the strongholds of the world. The lost souls reawaken under the moon. The cities of High Rock and Hammerfell become more lively. And there we go. Now we're in the game. So as you can see, this game actually, they're like, these textures have texture. This thing's like 3D. Stuff actually looks kind of like stuff. This is a very dark game, by the way. So this is with graphics mods 100% on. First off, I'm going to save right away. New game. Daggerfall is in Hammerfell. So it's west of Skyrim, and it's west of Cyrodiil, and it's very far west of Morrowind. So first thing we're gonna do, here's our sick-ass inventory. Look how cool I am. We're gonna throw on that long sword and that iron cuirass. Here's our spell book. Let's see, do we have any spells? We have spells, and I can't cast any of them. I don't have enough magic to cast anything right now. Alright, let's pop out our sword. This is an HD sword. So one thing that is enabled by default in the Unity version, you just right-click to swing, basically. So you right-click to swing. In the original game, and you can enable this, the way it worked is you held down the mouse button, and then you'd swing your mouse left, right, up, or down. Like, the different attack directions actually have different stats. So playing that way is kind of cool, but it also kind of sucks. Yeah, my mom gave me a set of armor for meeting with the Emperor. The story is interesting in this one because you're friends with the Emperor at the beginning, basically. Unlike the other games. Oh, we got a fucking rat. Rat just died. The body has no treasure. Alright. Gold pieces, scorpion stinger, that's for making potions and stuff like that. We should save, killed a rat. Killed a rat. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you like the mouse swinging, you can play with it on. It doesn't... I don't think it's better or worse either way. I kind of prefer not having to swing the mouse around. Oh, fucking bat. You're fucking dead. So if you didn't pick the skills like and stats like the way I did, these things are actually kind of hard. This guy is going to be hard. There's an imp in here. Oh, wait, I can't actually kill this imp. Fuck. Don't come back. I forgot, you need silver or better to damage imps. They're magical creatures. Let's see what's in here. Oh, you little shit. So, yeah, there are enemies nearby. So you can't regen, you don't regen health or magic in this game. You have to rest to do that. And to rest, you need to not have any enemies near you. Yeah, it's silver or better. It doesn't have to be silver. Just fucking die, man. It could be like Elvish or Dwarven or Daedric or whatever. Oh, look at the... Oh! Oh, I'm gonna fucking die already. Alright, well that was Daggerfall, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I'm using a ton of visual mods right now. It's because I went in that room with the imp. That was a mistake. Alright, let's load Killed a Rat. Let's not fuck with the imp this time. The imp is a noob trap. We're just gonna let them fight it out. Cause imps got spells. And spells be hurting. Oh, so another thing, one of the cool things about the dungeons in this game is you have this awesome 3D map, which shows you where you've been. And it's actually, I think the 3D map is one of the fucking cooler parts of this game, to be totally honest. Because the dungeons in this game, some of them are fucking massive, and they're extremely confusing. And compared to, if you've played, you know, Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim or anything like that, Daggerfall is much more of a dungeon crawler than it is an open world game. Like, yeah, that's what you get, motherfucker. Oh, look at all this shit. Silver Flare? Steel Warhammer. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's put this on. Oh, now we're looking stylish. Silver Flail. Let's just use the Steel Warhammer. It does more damage. Yeah, fuck the imp, though. Oops. Not the notebook. So we in here right now. I know this, the starter dungeon is pre-made. So, oh, by the way, you can climb in this game. And you can climb on ceilings too. I think I have to, maybe my climbing skill isn't high enough for it. No, there we go. Here I am, climbing on the ceiling. Yo, what's up, Lenny? Ha! Die. I believe I'm going the right way. Or am I? Who are you? Ow. Got some weird lag there. Alright, we're gonna take all this gear. Let's see, we can put on, wait, is the chain better than the iron? It's +7. This is +6, yeah. We could use the shield with this silver flail. Let's, or is a flail? Oh, flail's two-handed. I didn't realize that. But yeah, you guys will see once I get out of the actual dungeon here. Oh, fucking hell. There are enemies nearby. Of course there are. I think I went the wrong way. No, I went the right way. I know where I am right now. There's a skeleton over there. I'd really like to rest, though. I don't think we're gonna get to rest. Oh no, skeleton. You save a lot in this game. There is a quick save and a quick load, but saving the original creators of like Daggerfall and Arena actually wanted to take this game in a more like roguelike direction. They wanted it to be like very hardcore, like procedurally generated. Every time you play, it's a different adventure kind of thing. Oh, look at these motherfuckers. Okay, you guys fight it out. I'm going over here. Peace. So the orc just died. Maybe I can go get his loot. How do can I make this go down? Am I gonna take damage? Die. Fuck. Skeletons are fucking terrifying in this game. Alright, got some shit. What did that orc have? Ooh, he had some shit too. Steel right pauldron, we can put that on for sure. You get a shit ton of loot in this game. But so the outside world is not randomly generated. I mean, stuff is randomly placed. They used procedural generation to make it. Yeah, it's still empty. There aren't really many mods right now there aren't any mods right now that really change the wilderness. There are a couple that add some events that you can run into. Can I rest? No, there are enemies nearby. We're almost at the exit though, so it's okay. Someone's casting spells. The monster infighting is an option you can turn on in the Unity version. It is not like that in the normal game. Okay, I'll let you guys fight. I'm gonna leave. Yeah, basically everything that's related to the main quest was hand done. And then everything for like extraneous quests and guild quests and stuff like that is mostly randomly generated. So here we are. We're outside now. And you can see the game looks very nice with the distant terrain mod on. And some of the wilderness mods that are on and stuff like that. So if I press V now, you can see what the map of this game actually looks like. So you can see there are all these different regions in this game, right? We're in Daggerfall right now. There's a ton of different regions. This is all the overworld. And you can actually walk across it. It takes a very long time. I believe to go from like one end over here to the other takes 60 hours in game. You can get horses and stuff like that, but if you see where at Privateer's Hold, this is the starter dungeon. Every one of these places is either a dungeon, a temple, a home, or a town. And there are lots of them. And this isn't even everything that's there. There are lots of dungeons and temples and other places that are hidden that either you have to find by walking on the world map or are shown to you for quests or through other means for like work for shopkeepers, stuff like that. So if we really wanted to, Gothway Garden is the closest place. We can walk to Gothway Garden. You see it's only, I can zoom in, right? How do you zoom in? So Gothway Garden is 1 pixel away from us. So let's walk 1 pixel to the south and see how long it takes. I can rest now though, because there are no enemies around, thank God. We can rest until we're fully healed. It'll be nighttime. Which ain't good, but all right, so we're gonna go, let's see, where's south? South. Let's run. So how's your night going, chat? So the thing is if you want to, you can click anywhere and you can fast travel. Like, fast travel is pretty much most of the getting around in this game. You can buy your own ship, you can get horses, you can get caravans, stuff like that. If there are specific places you want to go, like for the main quest, the first place we actually go is Daggerfall. You just type in part of a name and it'll show you where it is. So if I double click Daggerfall is all the way down there. Do I wish to travel there? I can fast travel. We're going to say no, because we're going to Gothway Garden right now. We're just going to see how long it takes. But yeah, so the open world part of this game isn't really what you would expect based on if you've played Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim or anything like that. Because basically once you're out in the wilderness here, there isn't... it is possible you can stumble across something that isn't already on your map. But it is very hard to do such a thing. It's really... Let's see, we can see the dungeon down there. Kind of. See, like, I mean, the dungeons, sometimes they're very obvious. Sometimes there's, like, big castles or graveyards and stuff like that. But from far away, sometimes stuff is really... Oh, look at that choppy frame rate as it loads in. Stuff is hard to find. Yeah, kind of. It's here's a height map and everything else is up to the seat. I mean, all the towns are in the same place. I mean, so they basically proc-gen it once and we're like, there we go. So actually that wasn't that far. That's 1 pixel away. So moving 1 pixel on that map takes me about a minute. And here we are. Here's our first town. This is Gothway Garden. You are entering Gothway Garden. Now, if we look at our map, you can see this is actually a pretty small town. This is what towns look like in this game. Blue are guilds or temples. Orange are stores. And green are taverns or inns. And basically you use info mode in this. You can ask people for things and they'll mark stuff on your map. But pretty much you have to go into info mode and you look at a building and you press a button. And since, like, this tavern, for example, since I pressed on it, now it's labeled on my map. So, why don't we stay at the inn tonight? Because it's nighttime. It's cold out. Look at how nice this inn is. Look at this lady's face. Look how beautiful she is. So there are different interaction modes. This is kind of a standby of changing from the normal... The default controls for the original game were like all mouse based, but you basically switch through these interaction modes to do different things. Grab mode is pretty general, but so if we want to talk, we go into dialogue mode. Food and drinks, let's buy some cheese. Cheese is good. This is what the dialogue looks like. It's extremely basic compared to Morrowind or later games. Talking to people in this game is basically just either basic lore about something or figuring out where something is. So let's say guilds. I want a fighter's guild. Well met, stranger. Fair day to thee. Perhaps you can guide me toward the fighter's guild. What do I know? I know I don't want to talk to you anymore. How's that? Okay, this guy does not like me. Thank you, good innkeep. Probably because I'm a dark elf. They don't like dark elves here. We'll get a room for 1 day, and we'll just rest. Let's see, what time is it right now? It is almost midnight, so I do have super low personality too. That's true. So let's sleep for 11 hours. You wake up in the bedroom and things like, so like this lantern, this bookshelf, the beds are all part of one of the mods. Like they are 3D in the base. A lot of this stuff is 3D in the base game, but it does not look anywhere near this nice. And here we go. We're back out in Gothway Garden. I'm going to save the game really quick. And then I'm probably going to switch to my other character. I do want to show you the game without graphics mods, though. So give me 1 second. Let me exit the game really quick. Sure you want to quit? Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to relaunch the launcher to change mod stuff. So let's go into mods. This should capture. We're going to turn off distant terrain. We're going to turn off birds of Daggerfall. We're going to turn off enhanced sky. We're going to turn off real grass. We're going to turn off vibrant wind. We're going to turn off all of the dream mods. I'm still going to have high res weapon textures because that mod is a little weird. It doesn't have its own menu. Then we're going to turn off hand painted models. And that's pretty much it. That's all the graphics mods I have on. There is this mod, Trees of Daggerfall, which has 3D trees, but it is not optimized right now, so it doesn't really work well at all. So graphic mods off, pretty much. Let's see, is there anything in here I should change? Not really. All this stuff is pretty much fine. I should turn off shadows. Okay. And this still, so this is what vanilla kind of looks like. This still looks way better than the vanilla game did. So you can already see there's a difference here. Let's load Gothway. See, this is what it looked like. Remember that. All right, this is what it looks like without mods. Let's go back into the inn. Where was that? I don't know why I'm over here. Let's see. Let's look at the inventory screen. Some of this stuff is still optimized in Unity. Normally, you would only have like one row of things. Yeah, it still looks really good because, I mean, it's at 1080p. I've had problems with the retro renderer. I'll try it after this. I think you need to basically have everything disabled for it to work. Let's go back into the inn and you can see. Oh, this is a different inn. Hello. Nice face. You can see, you know, those lanterns that were 3D, they're not 3D anymore. You know, those shelves that looked like they had actual stuff on them, now they're just boxes with a texture. Remember those nice looking beds? Well, now they're 5 polygons. Let me see if I can turn on the retro renderer. Let's exit the game. I think maybe I have to do a 4:3 aspect ratio. Let me try. Because the retro renderer is even crustier. Let's see. Let's just see if that works. If we get a black screen. Okay, no. So this is what it looked like. I mean, this still looks better because you're seeing it in a widescreen aspect ratio with the modern UI. But this is more a more pixel accurate representation of what the game looked like with the retro renderer. It's still pretty smoothed out, to be honest, because I'm playing it at 1080p. But it's rendering, its internal resolution is 640 by 400. You can kind of see the crust on the walls and stuff like that. I mean, I still like the aesthetic of the game like this. It's still totally playable like this, but I think the graphics mods look very cool. Let's go out into the wilderness. Hello, pig. See, my HD weapons look super out of place now. So you can see the draw distance is nowhere near the same as what it was with that other mod on. And you get this like weird background, like there's just giant trees in the background all the time. I do kind of like how the retro renderer looks. Let's load up the dungeon. Look at the dungeon. Yeah, look how crusty the dungeon looks. I mean, this is much closer to how I remember playing it, too. Everything looks kind of like potato bags. There is actually a fog effect if you turn the draw distance down. Oh, I probably can't hurt you, can I? Am I gonna die here? Let's let him kill us. I'm gonna switch to my other character here in a second. Yeah, it's still very filtered. You can turn off. I mean, we could do that right now. Hold on, because I actually haven't played much on the retro render. Yeah. So let's go to advanced dungeon textures. Let's do video. Point. Terrain distance 1. Close. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah. No filtering now. Now we real crusty. I mean, this is where the soul comes from, you know. I do in some ways think sometimes this looks better than like the upscaled textures. But at the same time, like the dungeons look like shit when you're playing like this. Hold on. I like the dungeon. Yeah, I mean, this looks kind of... I mean, it's got character. Oh, a fucking bear. That's dead. I still think it looks better with all the graphics mods. Okay, so like look at the... So you remember the loot was like actual 3D models? Now it's just 2D things, and look at this cool skeleton in here. Let me save cool skeleton. So I mean, it's up to you. That's the cool thing about this Unity port is you can play it however you want. If you like the crusty look, play it with the crusty look. If you don't like the crusty look, don't play it with the crusty look. Don't yell at me. Let's turn all that back on. Close mods. Post-processing is on. Distant terrain on. Birds on. Enhanced sky on. Real grass on. Would be nice if there was... I could do... I'm not going to do all on because there are a bunch of mods that I don't want to have turned on because they're broken, but... Let's turn all these back on. I know I'm not fucking playing the game right now, but you just deal with it. The loading screen things are optional too. Normally you just have a black screen while the game loads, but... Alright, save and close. Play. Wow, look at this. Cool skeleton. Okay, remember this skeleton? We'll look at him now. Feel old? I mean, there's a different character to it, for sure. Wow, look at that crusty bear corpse. Personally, I think the dungeons look really good with all the bells and whistles, but, you know, if you don't like it, don't fucking use it. Don't come complaining to me. Alright. I'm gonna load my other character now. Switch character. We're gonna switch to Sphinx. You can see I have many saves on this character. I don't know how long I've played. I don't know if it tells you that. I don't think it does. It's my 68th save. Alright. So this is my main character that I've been playing with. I have okay stuff. I have a lot of money right now, I think. Yeah, I have like 12,000 gold. Do I have any special ability on my main character? Not really. I have a couple magic items. You like my cool smile, too? What happened in the save that's just called shit? I think I was poisoned or diseased, and I was really deep in a dungeon, and I didn't have teleport on. I forgot to set a teleport, so... Yeah. Did I ever read this? Dear Sphinx, my eyes and ears abroad say that you are interested in the fate of a certain letter. Any emperor should not be so careless, nor should a queen. You really should come visit me in the castle Wayrest. I have some most interesting tidbits that I'm sure you would enjoy hearing. This is part of the main quest line, but it doesn't have a time limit on it. The start of the main quest, you get a letter and you have like a month to get to a certain place and meet with someone, and if you miss it, you literally can't finish the main quest. Yeah, okay, and then I have a wagon. So you can get a wagon. This is something that, man, I wish they kept in the other Elder Scrolls games. So when you get full of shit, you throw all your shit on the wagon, and you carry all your shit on the wagon back and forth. And guess what? You go outside. Oh. Gotta load in the city. That's one of the things, if you play with mods, when you go outside, the first couple of seconds, it takes a while. So I don't have a horse, but if you get a cart, it does come with a horse. It's just a slower horse than normal. And you can't jump with this horse. You can look up in the sky, though, or straight at the ground, which is pretty fun. So where am I right now? I am in Wayrest. I'm all the way over here. I am at, what's this place called? Cathlech. If you want to see my character's stats, so I have 90 strength, 85 speed, 11 personality. People don't like me. They don't, despite this smiling face, they don't like me. Yeah, you can buy the cart. The cart costs like 300 gold and a horse is like 1,000 gold. So if you buy the cart first, it's way smarter to buy the cart before you get the normal horse. The normal horse is faster for sure. Let's see. I do have a bunch of spells. My mana is low right now. I have a few training spells. That's the other cool thing, is you can create your own custom spells in this game that have different stats and shit like that. You can have multiple effects. Mostly I use this regen spell a lot because basically I can cast like one of my nukes. I use the teleport a lot too. I can basically cast one thing and then I'm out of mana until I rest. Let's see, Mage's Guild, let's go to, I guess let's just go, I need to rest, so. Yeah, I do have Levitate. Yeah, you can enchant items later that get pretty OP. I don't have access to item enchanting yet, or potion making. Why do I keep pressing E? Or R? Alright, the gold sword. Alright, give me a room. I'm a high elf, by the way. No dark elf. Alright. Let's rest until healed. Done any Daedra quests? No, not yet. I don't have high enough rank to do Daedra summoning with the Mage's Guild yet. Mage's Guild has been pretty much the only thing I've done. I only did the starting part of the main quest, so I didn't miss it. So what do you guys think I should do? Do you think I should do a Mage's Guild quest? Because I've been trying to get rep with them. Oh, it's late now. I should just rest the rest of the day. Or I can go and work on the main quest. I'm thinking Mage's Guild, because I want to keep getting better with them. It's 17, it's 5:41, almost 6 o'clock, so... Oops, no. I want to rest, 14 hours. Definitely summon demons, please. So yeah, you can, for a lot of money at either certain temples or guilds, or if you go find witch covens, you spend a shitload of money, and if you do it on the right day, you can summon a Daedra. A one-eyed beggar hands you a letter. A woman in gray paid me to give you this to you, he says. If you desire to join us, you have 91 days. Sphinx, you are a thief. Do not try to deny it. You have been seen in the act. I've never stolen anything. There is honor among thieves. Either join the guild or face the consequences. Steal the short shirt from the Yomston residence in the Yom House Hall. If you desire to join us, you have 91 days. I'm not joining the Thieves Guild. I don't know why I got that letter. I don't think I've ever stolen anything on this character. What is this? Is that just a rock? I'm focusing Mage and Fighters Guild. I might have opened a door or picked something up by accident. I've never had guards after me though, so I'm not really sure what could have caused it. What time is it? I gotta loiter a little bit. There are still some glitches with some of the mods, like you can see this cool fountain is floating in midair because it got placed in a weird spot. You can climb on the roofs of buildings and stuff like that. We'll just loiter on the roof of the Mages Guild until they let us in. Because I believe they are closed right now. Yeah, they're closed until 11. So let's... Oops. Oh. Loiter. Yeah, let's loiter for 3 hours. Alright. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. So here's a Mages Guild. There are lots of Mages Guilds all over the place. I know that guy will give us quests. So you can buy pre-made spells in this game. See the cost and how much it costs to actually cast. But you also get access to spell makers. So like here, you can add an effect. So say you want to make an AoE spell, area at range. There are a bunch of extra icons in these mod packs for all these different spells. These are all the classic ones, but yeah, you can totally customize everything with your spells. Add effects. There's all the spell effects, and you can add up to 3 different ones. So for example, like damage, health is like a direct damage spell. And then the magnitude. So the way this works is it's all numbers. You have a base, and then you have a plus value per what your character level is. So I'm level 3. So per 3 levels. So if I made this 5 to 10 base damage plus 1 to 10 damage per 3 levels, that means at most I could do 20 damage with this spell. If it were per 1 level, and you can see the cost goes way up and the casting cost goes way up, 5 to 10 plus another 1 to 10 per level, and I'm level 3. So that means this would actually be plus 3 to 30 potential for the spell. So the spell crafting is a little complicated, but it's once you understand what each of the things means, it's not that complicated. And again, you can do area of at range, so like a big explosion kind of spell. You can do area of effect around just the caster. You can do single target at range, which really sucks. Most of the time, it's hard to hit people. You can do spells on touch, and then you can do self-only spells. And then you have different elements. There's magic, shock, poison, cold, and fire. So there's a lot of you can do with the spell crafting system. This guy's scary. This is who you talk to for Daedra summoning. I'm always glad to help. He's scary. Damn, you scary. What do you got going on? Teleportation. I don't think I'm high enough rank to use either of these guys. You also got trainers, just like, so the guilds are probably, if you played like Oblivion, oh, we can identify. I don't think I have anything to identify. These are both identified. If you played Oblivion or Morrowind or Skyrim, the guilds are kind of similar. They're very close to what they are in Morrowind. Check it out, Haggard. This is where you make magic items, but again, not high enough rank. The guilds, I'd say, are very similar. Let me save. New quest. Saving before taking a quest can be good because it randomizes the quest if you reload. But at the same time, you don't want to turn down quests in this game. If you turn down a quest, or turning down quests from like guilds and shit like that is fine. But if you fail a quest, you lose reputation and you can lose ranks in the guild, which really sucks. And if you fail or turn down a main story quest, most of them, you can't redo them. So you can stop your progress for the main story. Also, this game does have 6 endings to the main quest. Ah, my phone. All right, let's get a quest. Sphinx, do you like hearing from the king? I do not. Most guild members also do not. Our research must not be interrupted by petty squabbles such as mere murderer holed up in some ruins. Oh, this is going to be a dungeon quest. As is the case at the moment, we received a request this morning to slay one such criminal that the Fighters Guild simply could not locate. Knowing of your combat skill, we wish to bestow you this task upon you for the sum of 319 gold pieces. Are you ready to teleport? Yeah, there's lore with the time stuff. So yes, technically all 6 endings are canon. Then we will send you off immediately. Our good Theodval Greenford will do the incantation. I don't so much care about when you come back, so long as you come back alive. Let the king take responsibility for these things sooner than bother us again. When you're off, I can say our work is in progress. Well then, I won't hold you any further. Go ahead. Oh, that's interesting. So a lot of quests, they give you a time limit. Like, they'll be like, you have to do this shit in 8 days. Otherwise, you fail the quest. This doesn't have a time limit, which is interesting. That makes me think it might be very hard. And I'm being teleported straight to where it is, which is also very strange. So let's see where we end up. Your work is to find an assassin somewhere in this place. Hint, you may be in a location that's impossible to escape from. Make a save and try the console. Oh my god. I should have made a teleport bind in the guild. But I did save right before the quest, so let's see. Is this a modded quest? No. This is a vanilla quest. I'm pretty sure. Let's look at our map. Oh yeah, another thing in this game, there can be walls that look like totally normal walls that are doors. They're very hard. You can see them if you get close or inspect. They're much easier to see on the mini-map though. Who knows, maybe this will be an easy dungeon. But yeah, so the dungeons are the best part of this game. If you don't like this part of the game, don't play it. Oh, fuck off. I hate skeletons. Can you fucking die, please? Die. Wow. Thanks for the fucking arrows. So you'll notice I have a regen spell. It comes very much in handy because it doesn't cost that much. And you saw... Oh, there are no enemies around right now. But you saw if there's any enemies near you, you cannot rest. Which is fucking terrible. But I will rest until fully healed here so I can get my mana back. Because again, you cannot get your mana back just by standing around. Okay, another fucking skeleton? Hold on. Let's equip the mace. Mace good. Mace better for skeleton. So if I didn't show before, my primary skills, destruction, blunt, and stealth. Major skills, restoration, long blade, and running. Minor skills are the rest of the spellcasting schools, and then dodging and mercantile, and then everything else, pretty much. And I'm only level 3. Leveling in this game is really fucking weird, because either you have to get a certain number of skill ups in all your primaries, or I believe it's 2 of your majors or 1 of your minors. I forget exactly what it is, but you need to get a certain number of level ups of individual skills, and depending on what section they're in determines how you level up. So that's kind of why picking what's your major, minor, and miscellaneous skills. Bash this door open. So there are normal locked doors, and then there are magically locked doors. Let's check out this room first, actually. Oh, look at this. Okay, see this? Where is it? There it is. Secret. Wow. A whopping 3 gold pieces. Sometimes they're not that obvious. Sometimes they are, like, almost flush with the wall. Is there a bug that still lets you equip things while you're in a menu? What do you mean, equip things while you're in a menu? Yeah. Can I loot this? Nope. I hear screaming. Uh-oh. I cast the wrong spell. Fuck. Well, that didn't do shit. Here goes my mana. Die. Ooh, dwarven broadsword, huh? That's the first dwarven equipment I've seen. Alright, let's see if I can get my mana back. There are enemies nearby. Fuck. Where? Oh! The fuck are you? Are you a werewolf? Werewolf. Enemies nearby. Ah, spider! I hate the spiders in this game. Holy fuck. They paralyze you too. If you get surrounded by spiders, you get fucked. A pile of wood and a few tents can be seen close by. I need to I'm screenshotting text errors for reporting on I think this might be a separate quest though, a mod quest. Can be seen close by. You notice no fire has been burned, and there are no obvious signs anyone has been here recently. Something seems off. Proceed with caution. Ah! Oh! 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 Oh no! Oh no! Look what we have here. Someone wants to cross through my territory. Sorry, but that's a hefty fine of 300 gold. The only other option is bloody. Attempt to fool the highwayman? No. Oh, we're gonna fucking die. I think a bug just happened. I think 2 of the add-on quest things just triggered at the same time. I feel somewhat bad. Okay. I think that was a mod. Oh fuck, I didn't save. Damn it. Do I have any giant quests up? No. I can look at the quest. There is a quest debug menu. So main quest, Curse of Daggerfall, Warm Ashes Wilderness. Warm Ashes. I'm pretty sure that was a... There's a prostitute's quest. I'm pretty sure that was a mod quest that mistakenly triggered while I was in another dungeon. Yeah. So can you go to other realms in this? I forget. I think you can. I mean, I know you can summon the Daedra. I don't know if you actually go to like Oblivion. I think there are times where you go to another realm, but it's kind of not that special. Yeah, I should set my teleport. Let me do that. Anchor. Yeah, someone's working on prostitute quests on the I mean, that's why it's in there. Yeah, I think that was an issue with the the quest mods triggering. Let's see what our quest is gonna be this. We have something of a rescue mission that needs an immediate counterpart. A good friend and member of the Mages Guild, someone named Morgissa Greenheart, has been cursed to take the form of an animal by shapeshifters, and no one has been able to cast off the spell. Long story short, the Fighters Guild is now on its way to slay our poor friend, believing her to be a legitimate animal in a house. Someone must go defend her. Is it you? Yeah, sure. Well, I gave you the short version and now the long version. The shape-shifting spell is advanced to the point that Morgissa actually thinks she is an animal. I feel certain she will attack you on sight. No matter what else happens in the Moorheart resident, you must not slay her. That is an inviolable directive. Fight off the mercenaries who arrive and report to me when you are finished. I have here a book I think you will relish as a reward. And did I forget to mention you must get there immediately? The Fighters Guild will be on the move already. So the Moorheart residence. Like in this town? Hold on. Moorham Farce. No, so it must be like in this town. Hold on, let me check my log. The Moorheart residence. This is another, so speaking of bug fixing stuff, there's definitely quests. So either I have to run around and check, or my personality is really low, so probably no one's gonna tell me. People. Location. General. Moorheart residence. You gotta go right here. You can see. Oh, he marked it on my map for me. Thank you so much. Lord Theoden's Hawk Shop. It's down there. Let's ride our horse. Yeah, my personality says, usually people just tell me to fuck off. And that they hate mages. It's one of these ones over here. Yumston. There it is. I'll save you. You here welcome. It appears you have arrived in the nick of time. You can already hear multiple voices engaged in raucous discussion outside. Excuse me? Ah! Are you the one I'm protecting? Oh, fuck. You are paralyzed. You see a dead person. Can you please not do this? I'm trying to help you. You are paralyzed. Can you... Hello? I do have a spell that can get me out of this. But I'm wondering if there's another person. I do have a free action spell. It's just a shitty version because it's for training. Oh, there's you is. Hello, yes, Yes, very good. I'd like to be unparalyzed now. Oh. I guess that didn't work. I guess my spell failed. Well, I'll just train my dodge here while this guy tries to go to town on me. Ow. You hear no more shouting. Hopefully these are the last mercenaries sent to slay Morgissa Greenheart. I hate quests like this. I think these are the most boring quests in the game, where you have to just like go to a house and kill someone. Sometimes they're interesting because they have multiple parts. Can you please leave me alone? I just saved your ass. The scorpion was Morgissa. Remember, the mage dude said she was transformed into an animal. I didn't think it was going to be a scorpion, but that's what that was her. And we're not supposed to kill her. I don't want to accidentally fuck up the quest. Did I not turn shadows back on? Man, I'm bummed. That dungeon seemed really cool that we're in. Oh, what a hero. The spell will wear off by the later part of the day, or perhaps even now it has, but that will be too soon for more mercenaries to get word of it. Morgissa Greenheart will know about your work and praise your name. You have truly saved a life this day. Take this magnificent book, Vampires of the Iliac Bay Part 2, as my heartfelt thanks for protecting the innocent. Thanks, dude. So one thing about books in this game that's cool. So, I mean, it's like other Elder Scrolls games where like you can read the whole book and it's got tons of lore and shit in it. I could read this book, but it's part 2. I don't have part 1. I don't know if I want to read part 2. The thing that's nice is books are actually worth a decent amount of gold. There aren't any books that give you skills or anything like that, like in Skyrim. Did Oblivion have skill books? Man, it's been so long since I played either of those. Alright, I'm gonna rest. Let me sell some of this shit. Did I already buy a ship? No. How much do ships cost again? I know they're pretty expensive. General store, wasn't there? Oh, there's a hawk shop. Yeah, 100k and 200k, not even close. Not even close. I got like 12k. I know I could take out a loan, but still I could probably only take out a loan for like 50k. Yeah, I know even the cheapest is really good to get. I know some people think boats are basically cheating. All right, arrows, yes. So I'm selling things one at a time, which is tedious, but I'm doing it because one, you get more money, and also it increases your mercantile skill more than selling things in bulk. At least I'm pretty sure that's still the case in the Unity port. I could be wrong, because they did fix a lot of other shit like that. I'd have to look on the forums. Yo, Jeff, thank you for the big host. Holy shit. Is Daggerfall not bland like Skyrim and Oblivion? I guess it depends on your definition. I actually love Oblivion. I know people fucking think it's the most white bread, fucking generic Elder Scrolls game. I like Morrowind better, but Oblivion, I still enjoyed for what it was. Daggerfall is its own brand of weirdness. Like, look at this dude. Look how fucked up his face is because of the upscaling. Also, what's up, everyone? This is the Unity remake of Daggerfall, and I have a bunch of mods on right now. Earlier I made it all crusty. You can make it look crusty like the original game if you really want to, but we're playing with fancy looking mods for right now. Do I hate Skyrim? No, I love Skyrim. I mean, I don't... I think there's aspects of each Elder Scrolls game where they got things much better and then they got things much worse. I think every game has its pros and its cons. Elder Scrolls is one of those things that is very hard for me to have a firm stance on. Let's buy some cheese. Give me a room. Yeah, so I'll actually show, since a bunch of people are here right now. Let's just rest really quick. What time is it? It is Turtis. Let's rest until we're full. Yeah, I have a lot of, see, that's the thing, is I have nostalgia for all of them. This was my first Elder Scrolls game. And I probably have the least nostalgia for it because I was young when I played it, and it was confusing and hard as fuck, and I just didn't know what to do. I probably have the most nostalgia for Morrowind and Oblivion. Skyrim I played like 200 something hours of, so like I definitely played a lot of it. All right. New quest 2. We're gonna get another quest. King's Field is a good game. King's Field did some things way better than Elder Scrolls did. All right, let's exit the game. Let me turn off the mods. We're gonna go into crust mode really quick again, here. So if you've never played this before, it's free. You download Daggerfall Unity and then you download the game files. It's very simple to do. I linked it earlier. Here, I'll link it again. And then mods are here. So we're going to go into advanced, and we're going to turn filtering off, and we're going to turn retro rendering. Let's do super crusty, 320 by 200. We did 640 by 400 last time. Let's do 320 by 200. And then I got to turn all these mods off. So I have not only graphics mods, but there are also mods for new guilds, new quests, things like that. I got to turn off the birds, turn off the sky, turn off the grass, turn off the wind, got to turn off all the dreams. So this dream mod is like all the upscaled textures with like specular mapping and bump mapping and normals and all that fancy stuff, which personally I think looks very good in the dungeons. Hand-painted models, we got to turn those off. Those are the upscaled new 3D models, and I think that's it. Did I turn off distant terrain? Yeah. All right, and then let me just make sure video shadows are off. Yes. Okay. Should be fine. All right, load. So this is where we were before. That's how it looked before. Let's see how it looks now. Ooh. Now it looks like an indie Unity game. Like something you'd find on itch. This is so much crustier than the 640 by 400. Holy shit. Let's see, where were we? The UI is still pretty upscaled. That's the thing is, if you use the retro renderer, it still gives you the modern UI. Yeah, I do love the fact that they put so much effort into having all the different rendering modes and supporting all the different mods and stuff. This is pretty nice. I think the 640 by 400 looks a little bit better because you can actually tell what the hell is going on. I want to rest and then... Oh my god, it's so crusty. What's up, dude? You looking at me? Let's get room for one more day. I'll do another quest in retro mode. How about that? What time is it? Oops. 21:37, so... Let's do 14 hours. This could have potentially run on the... Oh, man, maybe with like a super effects chip or something like that. This game barely ran on PCs of the time. Like, it was very there was a lot of stuff that was very demanding and it wasn't very well optimized. Oh, look at the beds and the tables. PlayStation, yeah, could have handled it. My weapons are still going to be HD because that is not a normal mod file. That is actually a texture pack. All right, let's go back to the Mages Guild. My horse is too high res too. Oh my god, the 640 by 400 was crushed. This is like turbo crust though. All right. I think it'll be a little more tolerable in the dungeon. I wonder if you can turn on the shadows and stuff like that. Hold on, let me save the game. Again, look at the difference. Holy shit. Let me do this really quick. I just want to test one thing because I haven't messed with the retro renderer that much. I'm gonna turn it up to 640 by 400 just for my own sake. And I'm gonna turn on lights and see if those actually work. I don't think they do with the retro render. Oh, they do. Yeah, we have shadows. 640 by 400 is a little bit easier on the eyes. It's still crusty. Like, this is still very crust. Don't get me wrong. All right. Let's save. We'll do a quest in crust mode. We have someone in another city possessing an object that needs identification. Are you able and willing to cast the spell? Am I? These quests suck. All right, Delightful Sphinx. I'm gonna reload and get a better quest. Identification quest, and it also said I had 0 days to do it. So, let's see, get quest. Oh, how I hate to think upon this. Please, Evoker, help me find an answer to this. Some filthy scoundrel from the Dark Brotherhood slew one of our couriers and took some research papers off for Debella knows why. We need those notes, and we need someone capable of getting them back by any means necessary. Help us, please. Then make haste, slay this subhuman filth, and bring the papers back. I'll need them in 8 days' time, lest we lose face with the scholarly community. No one should know this ever happened, other than the despicable Dark Brotherhood. Oh, how my blood boils. Off with you. Now, the Bucking Wing residence in Knightspath Hall. Okay, not a dungeon quest. I'll still do it, because this is easy. Alright, let's go to... Knightspath Hall. Yes. Let's go... He said I had 8 days. We can go recklessly. Ooh, foggy. It's like Silent Hill in here. What was the name of the residence? Fuck. I always forget to take notes on shit like that. I'll just find it. Actually, I can ask someone. Someone will know. If you sleep at inns, it takes less time? Is that true? Okay. Location... General... Bucking Wing residence. Of course I'll help you. Just go south of here, I think. South. Yomston. Weren't we in a place? Oh, here's Bucking Wing. Weren't we in a place that had Yomston? Yeah, there's a bunch of cheats. If you go into the console and you type help, there's a whole list of different things that you can basically use if you get yourself stuck or if there are bugs. There are a lot of console commands in the Unity version. You may enter. I'm here to kill. Ah! The Dark Brotherhood knows all. Well, you're fucking dead. Letter proportional. Oh, yeah, that's the thing we need to bring back. These must be the research notes to return. Yeah, these are probably the shittiest quests. The ones where you just, wow. Why is it like just void out here? Is that normal? Or is that a bug? Cath. Let's go back to Catholic. Yes. Inns, it doesn't seem like it matters. I know if you go cautiously, you always arrive at day with all your shit refilled. Whatever. Let's see. Lots of Yomstons. Longer travels, inns make a difference. See, it's been such a long time since I've played this. Like, I have, again, I've played this off and on for the last, like, 8 months or so, as they've been adding stuff to it. But at the same time, I actually still have a strategy guide for this game too. It's not the Bethesda one, it's a Prima unofficial strategy guide. I was reading it today actually, for a little bit. Me needs sleep. Give room. Let's see. It's 7, so let's wait 4 hours. You wake up. Yeah. Yeah, they've been going fast. A lot of people joined onto the project and it kind of started snowballing. I played, the earliest I think I played was like before they even had spells implemented. And it was a little bit before you could complete the main quest. And then I played, quite a few hours when they finished implementing the main quest. And then I picked it up again when they added lycanthropy and vampirism. I don't think it was faster than it took them to make it. I'm pretty sure they started this like 4 years ago. I mean, in its original form. But it did accelerate very fast the last couple of years. Oh, what a joy. I've managed to keep it a secret in the meantime. How wonderful. These 338 gold pieces will go unnoticed. Have them and remember, tell no soul of this. Yeah, the money you get for quests is kind of shit. Really, you do quests for the reputation. Alright, I want to do a dungeon quest. So let's save again. Let's get a quest. Evoker, I need someone who can cast the open spell, please. Look at all this just to go cast open somewhere. I'm gonna, yeah, we're gonna reload. We're gonna scum it a little bit. Adult of a student let an Atronach off the sightseeing trip and forgot to cast the proper binding spell. This made it worse by the fact that he forgot about its existence until returning here. If you'll be heading out, perhaps you can go fetch it for us and save us some embarrassment. I just want a dungeon. I think I just saw some titties. Do I have a main quest I like best from the series? Tough one. I think I actually like Oblivion's. I like the main quest in Daggerfall. It's interesting, but it's not as engaging as the other games just because of the nature of Daggerfall. Daggerfall is really like you have to get immersed in it. I'd say Oblivion has my favorite main quest actually. Yeah, I like Morrowind, but at the same time, it has this stupid thing where it's like, you know, you're the chosen one kind of thing. You're the Neverine, however you say it. Which is also something I didn't like about Skyrim, how you were the Dragonborn. In Oblivion, you just were helping out the dudes who were doing the big shit. You're the hero of Kvatch. And you can be like the gladiator champion. That's pretty much it. And you helped out Martin. Congratulations. You're in Oblivion. It's a lot more role-playing immersive, which I like. One of the grandiose mysteries of Tamriel is that there are simply forms of magic and power we do not understand. My sincerest desire is that the Empire will last another 1,500 years, so we may have time to unravel every enigma across the world itself in peace. But to get to that point, a very strange mark was delivered to us recently with a latent enchantment we cannot draw out. The regular identification spells avail us nothing. This requires the help of a true expert. Will you take it into the ruins to obtain that manner of help? Yeah, sure. Very well, here it is. I would ask you not to tamper with it, but I doubt you could in any case. If our specialist could not unleash its power, so much less will you. You will most likely find Christian Hawkhouse in a hole called Seko Trugoth. Please treat her with respect, for she is a former member of the guild. We do not want some controversy to arise merely because someone could not control his tongue. I'll see you here in 36 days to hear Christian Hawkhouse's report. Kinnereth watch over you. Alright, so we're going to Seko Trugoth. Quest. Seko Trugoth. Yeah, let's go. Where is it? It's over here? Oh yeah, this is a dungeon. Was that an orcish sigil? A harsh yell brings you up short. Seko mode. I am actually, before I start this dungeon, let me take a quick second to just go get some water really quick, alright? I'll be right back, like 2 minutes. Don't worry, I'm back. Hydration. Alright, we're gonna go Seko mode. I did anchor myself before, right? Ooh. This is an interesting entrance. Hello. Oh. Some weird noises in here. Well, I don't think I want to go down there. I do have levitate, so I can get up there. What is this, bear dungeon? So, a lot of the random dungeon quests you get, so this is a randomly generated dungeon that we're in right now. A lot of doors over here. I think I want to go up first. There's like 3 or 4 doors. Yeah, wow, this is a interesting start to a dungeon. See a dude up there. So a lot of the dungeon quests are kind of things where it's like you have to explore this massive dungeon and find a single person and either kill them or get something from them. Something like that. And sometimes it can be super fast and you like immediately find what you're looking for right away. Other times it's like I've spent easily an hour and a half, 2 hours in one dungeon. So I'm hoping this one, what time is it? It's 3 a.m. I'm hoping this one goes, I'm going to try and go pretty quick through this one. Hopefully it's good to me. You will see by the end of this how insane the dungeons in this game are. Let's see, leather helm. I should have dropped off all my gold. Shit. I can still drop stuff off at my cart. I'll just hold on to mostly armor. Armor is usually worth a lot more than... No. Bad orc. Gold does weigh a lot in this game. Combat here is better than Morrowind. You got to remember, I already have pretty high stats for some of my stuff, so I'm just not going to take anything that's leather and chain right now. I don't need to. You can put your gold inside the wagon? How? Can I? I'm gonna go do that then. I didn't think you could. I guess I probably didn't need to use levitate for that. Whee! Are you sure I just like in this screen I just drop it? Yeah, I should save before. I didn't mind Morrowind's combat. By the time you get like 4 or 5 hours into the game, you stop having issues with the rolls. It's really, I know it's bad at the start of the game, especially like cliff racers and shit like that, but does that go in my, oh yeah, look at that. Let's put all our gold in there. Oh my gosh. That is very nice. Is there anything else I should get rid of? I don't think I have much else that's heavy. Guess I could get rid of this book. Yeah, everything else is mostly, I can get, I won't bring my daikatana with me. I won't bring the flail either since I'm using the mace. I'd rather have the shield right now. That way I can carry a lot more. There are enemies nearby, yes. Alright, let's go back to where we were. Flails and hammers weigh a ton. Yeah, blunt is my primary weapon skill on this character. So I think flail with the shield that I have right now, because this is like, I mean, it's not a great shield, but it's good for, it's the best shield I've found so far. All right, so where was I? I was going down this way. You ever notice the longer the name of the Daedric princes, the more evil they are? No, I hadn't noticed that. Bad bear. A lot of dead ends here. None of these are interactable. They don't look interactable at all. Yeah, the 3D map in this game is awesome. I'm actually really enjoying playing with the retro renderer right now. I still really like how the modern the modded version looks with like the speculars and stuff like that, but this with like the shadows and stuff turned on actually looks pretty cool. At least at 640, 400 it does. At that 320 by 200 was so crusty. Enemies. Alright, so 2 doors now. There was door down here and a door over here. Looks like this is an orc and bear. Ooh! Ooh! Hell yeah. I don't need that flail, but let's see. 11 armor, 11 armor. They're the same, but this one looks way fucking cooler. Oh, look at that fucking ripped chest. Oh yeah, that looks good. I like that. Will I turn into a werewolf later and enjoy all the boosts you get with it, or perhaps a wereboar? You know, I've actually never done... Actually, I think I did play as a werewolf when I was a kid. I don't remember what werewolf or vampire gameplay is like at all. I know some of the things that it does, but yeah, at some point I'd be down to do it. I do know you can kind of fuck yourself over though, which I don't want to do. Ooh, this is an interesting room. Hey, guy. Before I explore over here, I also love the fact that this game uses a lot of sound effects that the original EverQuest used. I get very nostalgic for both games because of the sound effects. So this steel helmet isn't, but no, they're the same. Got some kind of hall over there. I like that the orcs in this were actually green. I mean, I guess they were green later on. I think they kind of made the orcs look stupid in the later games. Did I end up playing much of Classic EverQuest a couple months back? I got my character to around a level 30 and then I stopped playing. I disabled my subscription. I've been thinking about going back. They're up to, I think, Kunark or Velios right now on that server. Which is like probably the second or third expansion. So I'm not like, I mean, I'd be a little behind, but I don't know if, it's hard for me to want to sink time into an MMO. Thank you. I can rest. God damn it. Bear, please. Oh, nice. We should save. Secco mode. Each game though, like I was saying, each game I think really has pros and cons. Daggerfall, I think the sheer size, Daggerfall is a unique case among the other Elder Scrolls games because it was one of the first games that tried to attempt this kind of crazy scope and scale, even though a lot of it is empty, like the wilderness and stuff like that. And even though the dungeons are randomly generated, I mean procedurally generated, they aren't random. There's definitely, you know, some construction behind them. Daggerfall did a lot of original things, but it didn't completely deliver on a lot of what it tried to do. Mav, actually, one of the guy who was the lead on Daggerfall, had put a video on YouTube or on Twitter or something not that long ago, saying that he's interested. He's putting together a design document with another designer from old Bethesda, for what they consider to be a Daggerfall spiritual successor with modern technology. I don't know if that'll ever come out, but the first empty world game. I mean, in a lot of ways, it was the first open world game. It's just like, maybe not the first, it was one of the first that was very fleshed out. Because even though there isn't a lot of shit in the wilderness, this still feels like a big real world that you are a part of while you're playing this game. Like, your actions feel like they have consequences. You have all the different houses and like the politics of the region. Like, you have the different environments, like, and you don't have to do the fast travel. Like, if most other games around this time, the fast travel thing would have been like a way to hide the fact that it wasn't actually an open world game. You know, it would have been one of these kinds of things where it's just like, oh yeah, you click and then that way we don't have to do all the in-between stuff, you know? But in this game, all the in-between shit is there, and you can walk through it if you really want to. Let's see. I don't need to carry this on me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that got cut. In the engine, there's still like an event system. Oh. There's like an event system that was for like scripted events that like they're kind of using in Daggerfall Unity. Like, it's available for modders to use. That's what one of those quest mods uses. Yeah, there's a lot of things they had to sacrifice for this game. So Daggerfall, I think, really got the idea of being this huge world that felt very real. I think it did that better than most games of its time did. Even though it had a lot of bugs, even though it was broken in a lot of ways. I think that's the respectable part about Daggerfall, and being able to play it with this Unity port that fixes everything and makes it play like a modern game makes it higher on my list than it normally would be, I think. When am I gonna stream Fortnite on Mixer? Oh boy, when they pay me like $1 billion. I don't even know if I would if they paid me that much money. Imagine having to play Fortnite every day. What an existence that would be. You look like the person I'm supposed to talk to. Please don't be an enemy. Oh, there goes my phone. Hello. Ah, good day. Yes, I'm Christian Hawkhouse. What do you need of me, Well, I suppose I can take a look at it. It's just this mark. Very well. Allow me to work on it for a moment. You hold the trinket in front of her, which she touches while chanting an incantation. A burst of light follows, which leaves you unsettled. Once your eyes adjust, you see a very different demeanor in Christian Hawkhouse's face. Filthy, disgusting high elf. This is my home. What are you doing in my home? Murder, murder! This day to oblivion. Excuse me? Lady? I killed her. You got anything good? Not really. At least she was pretty close to the entrance. That's nice. I mean, trust me, I know it looks like this dungeon is already kind of big from what we've explored, but I guarantee this dungeon's probably much larger than this. I'm probably going to explore it a little bit more. What time is it? Yeah, I'll probably explore a little bit more. We kind of lucked out finding her. I am going to save, though. Here I come. So moving on to Morrowind. Morrowind is the one I probably have the most nostalgia for as like playing it as a kid. Like I remember specifically upgrading my graphics card for Morrowind and starting the game and seeing the water when you first go up on the boat and just being like, holy shit, this is incredible. And I spent a lot of time in Morrowind. I'm crazy if I don't have water breathing or I have water walking. I just have water walking on one of my training spells. So yeah, the few times I've had to deal with water, I just levitate out of it right now. I think I do have a potion of it. I need to buy those spells. So yes, there are important spells that I am missing right now. Morrowind did a lot of things right, but it also did a lot of things wrong. So, you know, Morrowind was really the first game where they decided to do this like handcrafted world kind of thing, where Morrowind was the first Elder Scrolls game where exploration was the core of the gameplay loop. This game exploration isn't that important in this game. Everything's kind of marked for you. Like you can explore if you really want to, but it doesn't pay off and work the same way Morrowind does. That being said, Morrowind's combat is pretty terrible. It really didn't improve much at all between... Ooh, Elven round shield, you say? Oh, it's only 2 armor? Huh. It really didn't improve at all between Daggerfall and Morrowind. And in some ways, if you play with the mouse swinging and you like that mechanic, then in some ways Morrowind's like a regression. I think one of the things that Morrowind did very well was that it forced you to explore a lot more than like Oblivion did, because Oblivion and Skyrim both did the thing where as soon as you've seen a place, you get fast travel to it. And fast travel all the time makes sense in a game like this, where like there's literally nothing at all going on. But in Oblivion and in Skyrim, like there's lots of good reasons to not fast travel. And I've watched other people play Skyrim and they play it totally different than I do, because like Skyrim and Oblivion, I almost never fast travel because I really think it ruins those games, because I very much feel like they're designed to be explored and not designed to be hopped between points of interest. Daggerfall is designed to be hopped around points of interest, like for sure. Skyrim is too empty at times. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's subjective. It depends on what you're into. I think Skyrim and even Oblivion, I think, has a more interesting and dense world than like The Witcher 3 does. Like The Witcher 3 is a very well-made game and it has very good story and very good quests and that, but I thought The Witcher 3's world was very empty and boring except for the places you went for quests. I did not think it was good as an open world game. I know that's kind of comparing apples to oranges. Yo, whoa, chill. Ooh, magic shield, huh? I'll take that. Arena is terrible. Arena and Battlespire are just bad games. I'm sorry, they're just bad. Arena is not a good game. I played like the shareware version of it as a kid, I think, and I did not know what was going on. And I was just extremely confused the entire time. Yeah, it aged very poorly too. I mean, a lot of first-person RPGs from that time aged very poorly. I mean, this aged very poorly. If you play the DOSBox version of this, it is not anywhere what this experience is. This is so much nicer. Playing with these, with even in crusty mode like this, this remake is so much nicer. Huh, I wonder how you move this. I wonder if you can move it. Hold on. Map. Is there a door here? No, I don't think there is. The DOSBox version is bad. It still crashes a lot. And it has there are a lot of egregious bugs. Like weapon damage is not displayed right for any weapon in the entire game in base Daggerfall. There's lots of broken mechanics for spells. I'm really interested. I'm really hoping someone. I'm gonna look into what modding is like for this game and in Unity. I don't know Unity at all. I do know some C and like C++, but that probably won't get me that far. I'd really be interested in mods that helped make the mage classes play a little bit more like maybe in Morrowind, because again, I'm trying to play as a caster class, but I have to melee all the time, mainly because where's my regen? Mainly because you don't recover magic over time. There's only one type of potion that can recover magic, and it doesn't recover very much of it. Whoa, 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 what's hitting me? The fuck was that? Whoa, whoa, what? Was that a trap or something? What the fuck? What just happened? Was it the floor? That was weird. Priest robes. Shoes. Ooh, holy relic. That's nice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright. Let's see. Anything else hidden in here? Doesn't look like it. If there are hidden doors, you usually can, like, when you rotate like this, you can see a little outline of the doors. Yeah, this game, it's not really playable full magic, because basically, if you run out of mana, the only way you can recover it is to rest, and if there are enemies near you, you can't rest, so you basically have to run away, which I don't think is a very fun playstyle. So I'd either like to see a mod that like adds a stat that, see, the thing is most people who play casters in the base default DOS version of the game exploit spell absorption. That's really kind of the way you got to do it. We can go down. In the DOSBox version of the game, in the original version of the game, you basically can abuse spell absorption to make area of effect spells that blow up at your feet and refill your mana while damaging things around you. Oh, that's underwater. There's a door under there. I don't think I want to... I'll save and go underwater. Oh, there's a switch here. What did that do? Yeah, there are a lot of exploits in the original game that are fixed in this. And that's the thing, is because it's fixed in this, because I tried it too. I spent a lot of time testing spell absorption and seeing what would happen. There are enemies nearby. I want to refill my mana. I think it would be great if there was a mod that either added gradual magicka regen based on your stats, or a special ability, way more potions or other consumable items. That's another thing. I'd really like to see a mod that adds, hello. Oh, it's deep in here, huh? Yeah, just different things that made a magic playstyle, like being able to go full magic, more viable, but at the same time balanced. Oh, let's see if I can get out. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Where am I now? Looks like this goes, oh, this just goes up and connects. Whoa, bear, please. Yeah, this dungeon actually is pretty small. But it's, an or does this not connect? Yeah, it connects. There is a Magicka regen mod, apparently. Oh, maybe I missed that one. Is it in the finished mods, or is it in, Oh yeah, can't carry anymore. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with this dungeon. There is probably more. No, those were all just kind of small rooms over here. Yeah, this is a pretty small dungeon compared to some of the... I'll show you, I'll load another save after I get back. Alright, let's save Secco mode. And then let's see if I... Oh. I could levitate, but I think I can just fast travel and it'll work. That's because I have, my anchor point I made with the mod on. I made the anchor point when I still had distant terrain turned on. What do you mean locked? What time is it? Oh. Let's loiter for an hour. I mean, even if I didn't have, even if I couldn't have fast traveled out of that, I could have just used the console. Yo, dog. Do you tell Theoden Buckingham you slew Christian Hawkhouse? Uh-oh. I mean, I did save just recently, so I should probably tell him, right? Todd had been at Bethesda for a while when Daggerfall came out. He just wasn't as in a commanding role. He definitely was a part of the team, though. You had the audacity to slay Christian Hawkhouse? What madness has overcome you? If I have my way, the mop and pail will not leave your hands for the next year. What a disgusting outcome to a simple task. Say nothing more of this. I assure you the council will learn all it needs to. I don't think I should have done that. Good thing we saved. Every strategy guide I've seen for this game too is like save before you pick up every quest and save right before you turn in every quest. Yeah, that's what I figured I'd just be like, hey, the dude, she went mental, mate. So now what am I gonna tell him? Yeah, this game, this game, I think it would have been a very interesting experience if they had made it more like the original lead designers said very much that they wanted it to be more roguelike. I think it would have been interesting. An Elder Scrolls roguelike, I think, could be a very interesting concept. But this game is kind of unfair I mean, roguelikes need to be fair for them to be fun. Like, you need to be able to learn and adapt. Like, I play a lot of traditional roguelikes, and like Daggerfall with its current mechanics would not work well as a roguelike. So, you know, the save scumming is like a critical part of it, because you wouldn't be able to make much progress if you couldn't do this. Because, I mean, literally, you can fail the main quest and not be able to beat the game after, like, putting 20 hours of gameplay into it, you know? Like, that's not very cool. Let's wait an hour. But Todd was the one, Todd wanted to go away from that design philosophy. And that's how Morrowind ended up being Morrowind. I didn't actually finish talking about my different things. No. Oh my, our poor Christian Hawkhouse. What an awful trap. We owe you much this day, Sphinx. Yes, you do. Had you slain her, we would have lost one of our foremost experts on arcane artifacts. Well done, my child. Please take this reward for uncovering the secret within the mark. What we do with it now is in the council's hands. Thanks, dog. Oh, I can't take all of my reward. I guess I don't need these shoes. I guess you can have those shoes, dude. I'll just leave them on the floor. Secco did. I wouldn't say Todd's the only one that was responsible for making sure Bethesda didn't go under. Morrowind was on the verge of cancellation for a while. It was really, if you want to thank anybody, it was ZeniMax. It was their merger with ZeniMax that made them be able to finish Morrowind. All right. Yeah, the crazy grandpa guy's gone. I'm pretty sure he worked on Daggerfall too. All right, let's go rest. And then I was going to check out one of the other dungeons I had been to. And then I'm probably going to end for the night because it's getting close to 4 o'clock. Cannibalism. When was that a thing? I really hope someone makes like a survival mod that makes it so you actually need to eat and drink or dress appropriately for the elements. That would be really cool. Yeah, pretty much every other Elder Scrolls game has a survival mod type thing. Daggerfall, I feel like, would benefit from it a lot, though. Alright. I'm still not level 4, huh? Fucking hell, man. Maybe I can get it if I level up my destruction? Still no level up, huh? Maybe I just need more points. I forget. I was reading about it earlier today. I know it's like for primary skills, you need to like level all 3, I think. And then then for major skills, you need to level only 2, and minor, you only need to level your highest one, which would be dodge for me, but you need to level it more. I fucking forget how the leveling works. It's complicated to me. Progress made to 93%. I'm almost there. Don't mind me just casting spells in the corner over here. Still 93%. Let's cast... No, this one's good. I need to level Destruction. My time for this room has expired. I didn't even level up. Oh yeah, you have to wait several hours between skill ups, don't you? Give me a 4-day room. Oh, yes! There we go. Level 4. I got 4 points to spend. What do you guys think I should spend them in? I'm thinking speed or int. Look at that smile. I think int will probably... I have 90 strength already. I'm fine with 90 strength. Int would probably be... Int would probably be better. Yeah, int... I need more spell points. I literally have spells. I have a spell absorption spell that literally uses all of my available magic. That'll help me much more. I really need to boost my int, because that's something, even though I went heavy on the spells, I let my int be pretty low. Will? I don't think... Will, once I have my int at like 80, I'll put points into willpower. I think. I don't know why it says will is all the schools of magic. Because all of it scales off of intelligence. Luck is pretty important. Yeah, you want to have at least 50 luck. All right, let's rest until healed. I have 30 more health now. That is fucking amazing. Let's see. How much magic do I have? There actually isn't a way to see that, is there? Oh, there we go. 219 spell points. That's still not very much. You are considered very intelligent. You are considered unpopular. Will works great in spell absorption. Yeah, but I feel like spell absorption is not strong in the Unity version. I could be wrong. Magical resistance. How could they hate me? Look at my face. I tried doing the cheap out thing because I wanted to test it, because I'm a high elf. So I have immunity to paralysis, so I took critical weakness to paralysis. It just makes you normal. It doesn't do what it does in the original game. Alright. These priest robes are fancy. Brief History of the Empire, Part 3, huh? I believe... Oh, look at that rain. Some nice rain. What time is it? I'm gonna rest. I'm almost done. I'm going to bed here soon. It's very late. I do just want to see a couple more things though. I don't think I am ready for a rank up in the guild. Spell absorption still works with magic-based spells, but for ice, fire, and lightning, you will need immunity for them as an advantage, or grow your willpower to outride it. I feel like I read that even if you have like 100 will, and you can't have perfect immunity. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how it works in the Unity version either, especially. I guess I'm not ready for a level up yet. Can I use the library? Is there a library here? This is a library! Oh yeah, I can. Let's read the Wabbajack. It's not that long. Wabbajack. Little boys shouldn't summon up the forces of eternal darkness unless they have an adult supervising. I know, but on that sunny night on the 5th of First Seed, I didn't want an adult. I wanted Hermatius Mora, the Daedra of knowledge, learning, gums, and varnishes. You see, I was told by a beautiful large-breasted man, large-breasted man who lived under the library in my hometown, that the 5th of First Seed was Hermaeus Mora's night. Ooh. And if I wanted the Ogma Infinium, the Book of Knowledge, I had to summon him. When you're the new King of Solitude, every bit of knowledge helps. Normally you need a Witch's Coven or a Mage's Guild, or at least matching pillowcase and sheets to invoke a Prince of Oblivion. The man under the library showed me how to do it myself. He told me to wait until the storm was at its height, before shaving the cat. I've forgotten the rest of the ceremony, it doesn't matter. Someone appeared who I thought was Hermatius Mora. The only thing that made me somewhat suspicious was am I saying it wrong? Hermaeus. It's Hermaeus, not Hermatius. Hermaeus Mora. There we go. From what I read, was a big blobby multi-eyed clawed monstrosity, and this guy looked like a waistcoated banker. Also, he kept calling himself Sheogorath, not Hermaeus Mora. Still, I was so happy to have successfully summoned Hermaeus Mora. These inconsistencies did not bother me. He had me do some things that didn't make any sense to me, beyond the mortal scope, breadth, and ken, I suppose. And then his servant happily gave me something he called the Wabbajack. Wabbajack, 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 Wabbajack. Maybe the Wabbajack is the Book of Knowledge. Maybe I'm smarter because I know cats can be bats, can be rats, can be hats, can be gnats, can be thats, can be thises, and that doors can be bores, can be snores, can be floors, can be roars, can be spores, can be yours, can be mine. I must be smart, for the interconnective system is very clear to me. Then why or wherefore do people keep calling me mad? Wabbajack, Wabbajack. It was very good. Yeah, the books... Yeah, I know what the Wabbajack is. Linny, you can get the Wabbajack in this, and it has the same effect that it has in Shivering Isles. You hit enemies with it in Daggerfall, and they turn into different... they transform. It's been a thing. I don't think it was in Morrowind at all. I don't know if there were any Sheogorath references in Morrowind. But yeah, definitely in Oblivion. So you can get it if you have to summon Sheogorath using the Daedra summoner on the right on the right day and right weather, and then you do a quest for him and you get the Wabbajack in this. It's very cool. It looks cool too. All right, I'm gonna save here. End of stream save. I do want to load one of my saves from one of these big dungeons that I was in. Like this one, maybe? There's stuff in front of the quest giver? Yeah, it's boots. I don't want it. This was a dungeon I was doing this morning. So you remember how big the last dungeon was? Actually, this one's not too bad either. I had a much bigger one earlier on in my playthrough. And this is mostly explored. This one has some deadly shafts, though. Let's see. This place, Morgue. I was poisoned here and I was trying to get out of this fucking... This dungeon sucked. You feel somewhat bad. This dungeon was full of portals. Look how big this dungeon is. God damn. So there are portals that like go to all different places and just like bounce around. Yeah, this dungeon sucked. Look, so even all the way down here, there's like these like bridges and these like pits. Yeah, this one was pretty terrible. Let's see, I had a lot of saves in this one. This was a mage dungeon too. It was full of mages. I got a lot of good stuff out of this one. What was Drulaten? Or was Drulaten the mage? No. This one wasn't too bad. But yeah, I mean the dungeon generator does, you see a lot of the same pieces, but the dungeons all do feel pretty unique. Like their layout, like you'll see something like this where it's like a grid of overlaid, you know, crosses going back and forth. You'll see that every once in a while, or you'll see a deep shaft every once in a while, or you'll see a big entry room every once in a while. But the layouts all feel different when you go through all of them. Like, I think that's one of the nice things about the dungeon generation is things do feel very different as you go through. And then, you know, and then we had our Secco mode dungeon. See, like, this looks completely different from any of those dungeons. And yeah, you'll find another dungeon that has a big room like this, but it won't be connected to this, it won't be connected to this, like, so you do see repeat set pieces, but there are quite a few set pieces in the dungeon generation. So, I mean, if you're afraid of playing this, plus also the story dungeons are handmade, so those are very memorable. Like the first dungeon, the starter dungeon, is very, you know, is very memorable. Let's see. I don't think I went straight for the, yeah, I went straight for the exit for this one. This dungeon is actually pretty big. If you don't know where to go in Privateer's Hold, you can stay here for quite a while. It branches off quite a bit. But yeah, if you don't like the dungeon crawling, you won't like this game. If you're looking for a game where you do the exploration stuff and like run around the countryside picking flowers and finding, you know, stuff like in Oblivion or Morrowind or Skyrim, there's some of that here, but really it's about the dungeon crawling and doing the quests and stuff like that. So, anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me for some Daggerfall. I definitely will probably be playing more of this at some point, but I'm going to keep playing it off stream, and, you know, I'll play it every once in a while on stream. But I enjoy. If you enjoy, it's free. If you're interested in it. Where's that regen mod someone linked? Is it still, can I scroll back far enough to find it? Yeah, it's here somewhere. Oh, it's probably, if I open my highlights, it's probably here. Yeah, Mav linked it. Ready for testing, definitely not ready for prime time. Cool. But yeah, I'm gonna try. This week was kind of crazy for me. I was just between being sick and busy and with work and other stuff, and then having problems with my goddamn mixer today. I do have a ton of stuff planned. If you're interested in the Windows 95 stuff, I spent a bunch of time behind the scenes fixing things up. I haven't added any new games or anything. I did change a bunch of configurations with the sound card, and I added 28 megabytes of expandable RAM to the sound card, which means now we can load tons of sound fonts. I have like, I think 2 gigabytes worth of sound fonts on the Windows 95 machine now, including, it blows my mind because I have sound fonts for like a lot of different games and stuff like that, but usually they aren't properly formatted for general MIDI. So like you download MIDIs of the game the sound font's for and they sound like shit. But I found a complete sound font for Mother 3 that has MIDIs for every song in the game that are designed to work specifically with that sound font, and they work great in Windows 95 on Winamp. So I was listening to some Mother 3 MIDIs for a while there. They sound great. So, and I downloaded even more game MIDIs and more game related sound fonts and just sound like mid-90s sound fonts and stuff like that. So a lot of fun stuff to listen to while we're sitting copying files and installing stuff on Windows 95. So that'll be sometime this week. I don't know when. Sometime though. I should probably do my thingy, huh? I'm gonna play a song, just a chill song or something. But I need to do the thing. So yeah, thanks for joining me for Daggerfall. If it looked interesting to you, you know, it's free. You can download it. It's cool. You might enjoy. Or you might not. The first dungeon will probably kick your ass, so. Let's see, is this the one? That's the one. Hopefully my mic was working okay today. No problems there. I did make a lot of changes to it. Even before my drivers broke. I should sound more like I actually sound in real life. How I believe I sound in real life, but who knows? Yeah, take it easy, you guys. Have a good night. Thank you very much again for joining me. I'll catch you later. Peace. Is anyone live right now? It's late, so. Who am I following? Oh, Direbor's still live. Yeah, let me go ahead and play this song and then we can raid Dire. Have a good night, everyone. Peace out.